Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video in the Kotlin series. In this video I'll be teaching you about constants. Alright everybody, welcome back. So in this video I'll be teaching you guys about constants, which are variables that do not change. So another name for these are immutable variables. And so there's a difference between something that's mutable and immutable. Whenever you have a variable that's mutable, this means that it can be changed at any time. So this is the same thing that we've already seen before. So if we have a variable like var age is equal to 12, and then later we have a birthday and now our age is 13, we have reassigned the age variable from 12 to 13, as you can see here. So this would be a mutable variable because we're able to change it, simple as that. But for immutable variables, you cannot change them, and they are also known as constants. And the way that you can create a immutable variable is by doing val instead of var. And so you can say val favorite food is equal to barbecue ribs. And so since this is a val instead of a var, this is now something that cannot be changed. So if I were to do favorite food is equal to tacos, I love tacos, but this is invalid now, and it shows you that because it cannot be reassigned as a val. If we change it to var, now it's perfectly valid, the error immediately goes away. Now technically they can be changed, there are ways that you can change vals, but for the simple programs that we're going to be working on, and for the most part in all Kotlin programs, they will not be changeable, so you don't have to worry about that. So they are in essence immutable variables versus the regular immutable variables that we've been working with so far. So the question is then, which one do you choose? Which one do you choose when creating a new variable? Do you use a var or a val? And many people will say that you should use a val just so that whenever you create a variable, you don't accidentally reassign it later on or something like that. And then if for some reason, if you want the variable to be able to be changed or reassigned, all you have to do is go back to it and change it from an L to an R. Really that simple, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you use, except that using val just whenever you create new variables, just by default gives you a little bit of safety knowing what the values of these variables will be, unless you specifically change them to a var, okay? Now before I go though, there's actually one other type of constant that Kotlin supports, and these are called compile time constants, okay? And these are called compile time constants because these are known before the program even runs. When it's been compiled, this is when these values are set onto the variable and they will never change. So let me show you what I mean. So if I do something like const val brain underscore size is equal to 100,000, I have just created a new compile time constant, okay? So what makes it different, as you can see here, is that we're using the const keyword. They have to be a primitive data type or a string, so integers, floating point numbers, booleans, characters, or strings. And they have to be outside of any function, so in this case we just have main, so it's just going to be outside of main, meaning that it's not inside of the code block here between the curly brackets. You will also notice that the name is all caps versus the regular variables that we have where it's camel case, so even for regular vals it's camel case. But for compile time constants, the naming convention is to use all caps, and then to separate each word by underscore. This is a common convention that you'll see within languages for constants in general. And since it's a compile time constant, this will always, no matter what, be the value 100,000. This cannot really be changed because it's set before the program is even run. This one is not declared at compile time though, this is declared at runtime. Even though we're clearly setting it right here within the code, if you were to change this and make it grab input from the console, for example, you could make it say that, the favorite food is just whatever initial value that the user inputs into the console. So even though this is a val, meaning it's immutable, if someone enters anything other than barbecue ribs or tacos, spaghetti, anything like that, the initial value will be set and then it can't be changed from that point, but that still means that the value could be different. But for this, the value is always going to be 100,000 no matter what. This is, outside of any runtime code. And that might not make a lot of sense for a beginner, but that's okay. Just know that these are sort of like special constants and you're not going to probably use these as much. But for most of our programs, you're going to see val and var a lot just on its own. So var, again, is just how you create a mutable variable. And then val is how you create a immutable variable, meaning that it's a constant and it cannot be changed. So that's it for this video, everybody. I really hope you learned something new. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to also check the description below for important links to code and other resources, but also really important, join our Discord. We have a big community of over 5,000 programmers, and it's a place where you can find new friends or get help on any code that you're stuck on. If you want to support what I do on this channel, please consider hitting the join button below, and this will allow you to support my channel for as low as $1 a month, but there are different tiers to choose from if you want to. For anyone that becomes a member on my channel, you get a special rank on my Discord server, early access to new videos, and you can just see yourself on the screen right now. So if that sounds cool to you, feel free to join. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you can't, that's okay too. I really just appreciate you watching the video anyway. Thank you so much. And that's it. Peace.